Good morning,
Morning, Mr. Steven.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing super. Anyway, today we have Kim Hui, who is one of the most dynamic leaders in the network marketing industry. She took another company years ago from 5 people at her kitchen table to over $1 billion in sales, and she plans on doing that again with 3. And I had the chance, me and Steven met her out in Salt Lake City, but I had the chance to meet her up in New Jersey not too long ago. So she's just, when you're in the room with her, her energy and vision just, when she says something, she's going to do it.
That's it. She's a powerhouse.
Yeah. So anyway, here's Kim just talking about just the blocking and tackling, the basics of how to grow a network marketing business. And really the just getting out there, connecting with people and talking to people. So here we go.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Kim Hui coming to you live. I'm now back in Los Angeles. So welcome to the Zoom tonight. And it has been an incredible journey the last couple of weeks. I've been to quite a few countries and cities. So after a couple of weeks of rejuvenating rest, and I'm back online. So it's great to have you all joining us, and thank you for tuning in here today. We have a theme today here. It's called Farming the Fields. And so coming to you now in LA, this is as farmy as I get. I try to order an overall jeans. It didn't arrive on time. So, but we have some guests that are totally dressed for the occasion. So I want to welcome you all and thank you for tuning in. And so, as I travel the last couple of weeks and been to 18 cities around the world, there seemed to be a common thread when it comes to building this business. So I wanted to really take about the first 20, minutes of my talk about, what it is that we do and how is it we do. And then I'm going to have some special guests that will be also joining us and to perhaps make it even more clear. And I think just like anything else, when we have clarity of what is that we do, then we can apply the energy in which we do. So today's topic is farming the fields, right? So pretend that we're farmers here today. And so, but before that, let's kind of gain an understanding of and put things in contextualize, like what is that we do in the business so that we can have a better understanding what is that we do, and then apply some of the knowledge and gaining the clarity and applying in some of the skill sets and some of the activities to generate the results that we're looking for. Okay. So that being said, today, this is a business opportunity. And so what I want to talk about is I wanted to have our guests here today to understand what business are we in and to understand the business, right? So, and I want you to imagine that in your business, like in the old days, I'm in my late 50s, right? So, in the old days, imagine that you have a store, you have a business, and in that store, you have a cash register, like in the old days, when you have customers coming in, you ring the cash register, right? So imagine that. Now, how do we generate revenue? How do we make money? 2 sources, right? One is customers. We make money through getting customers. And second, how are we going to expand our business is also getting customer getters. Okay. So 2 very simple things. Fact. This is about farming the field. How are you going to farm the field so you can harvest, bring the food home, bring the goods home, okay? So we get customers and we get customer getters, okay? Now, customers are people that love the product, they use the product. And so as you get customers, great thing is our product is so consumable and is so impactful. They're by getting customers, they buy one time and then they love the product, they buy residually, and therefore you get a little bit of residual income, okay? But by yourself going out there and getting customers, that is still linear income. Meaning, you yourself go out there and get customers. Now, how are you going to build wealth and create wealth? And I want you to think about your little store, okay? And how do we gain? Now, imagine if you have many cash registers all over the country or whatever in the world that we're operating, this platform is available right now. Imagine if you have a cash register somewhere else, whenever that cash register rings, you get a little piece of override. And how do you do that? You do that by expanding your business. And as they open their business, they have a cash register. Whenever they ring their cash register with customers, you are going to get a little override. So, and this is the most misunderstood industry. So that's why I want to take time and I wanted to explain it in such a simple fashion so that people can understand how wealth are created or how wealth can be created in this platform when it's built right. Okay. So that being said, when you go out and get customers, you get a little bit of residual income as they, every month or whenever they repeat the purchase, you get paid residual income. But it's still linear because it's based on your own effort in getting customers. Well, how you're going to expand your business is by getting customer getters. Those people that want to expand, want to be a part of the movement or want to have their own business, then they join you. Then those are called customer getters because they also get customers. And so by doing that, you're going to expand your business and you're going to earn something called leverage income. Okay. So that's where farming the field comes in. Okay. Like, let's just say that you have a farm. Okay. You have a land. And so how do you bring the goods home? Well, when you have a land, first of all, foremost, make sure you have fertile ground, right? So, and that being, what is fertile ground in prospectively in our business? Fertile ground means you, okay? Meaning, do we have the right mindset towards this business? Are we positive? Do we have a positive outlook on the business? Because if you are going to be the farmer farming the land, you better be in the fertile ground. You better have the right ingredient between the two ears to farm your land, to sow your seeds, right? Okay, so the question I want you to ask yourself. So first thing is fertile grounds, right? So fertile ground meaning you yourself gotta have the right perspective, the right mindset about the business. And second, ask yourself the question: what kind of crops you want to what kind of crops? Yeah, what kind of crops you want to harvest for your farm? Because if you know what kind of crops you want to harvest, then you want to plant and sow the seeds that you want. So let's say if you want to harvest, I don't know, basil, right? So you're going to plant basil seeds. If you want to harvest wheat, rice, you're going to plant those accordingly. So what are some of the seeds that you plant? And this is meaning what kind of people do you want? What kind of customer getters or what kind of entrepreneurs do you want to have in your business? And so, and I want to spend a little bit, like maybe 5 minutes talking about this because I think it's so important to have a right perspective when you go out there and build the business. And I hope that this forms a basic foundation in you in engaging in this business. Okay, so what are some of the seeds? What are some of the seeds that you want to sow so that you could harvest the results, right? So I would say that the things that helped me over the years, last 30 years in this career, is that first and foremost, I look for people who are positive and who have an open mind. Because the last thing I want is someone who's negative and closed-minded, and you would spend so much of your time and energy trying to convince somebody. So I would suggest, look, there's billions of people on earth, okay, at least right now anyways. So look for those who are open-minded and who are positive, okay? So these are some of the seeds that you're looking for, and it's so important. It might sound so simple, but oftentimes when people are engaged in a business, they want to quote unquote, grab everyone, talk to everyone. Let's be a little bit more strategic. Because if you're understanding the farming concept, the sowing the seeds, and what type of crop you want to harvest, what kind of growing stuff that you want to bring home, then you got to have the right seed that you're planting. Okay. So I would say that people who are positive and open mind. And then the second thing very important is that people who are hungry. Okay. People who are hungry, meaning people who are looking for a change. Plus, very important, people who are looking for a change and people who are willing to work for it. There's a lot of people who are looking for change. Say, I want to change my financial situation. But when it comes to engaging in work, They are not willing to put forth the work. And so why don't you do that for me? Why don't you call them for me? Nuh-uh. This two combinations so important. Hungry and willing, have a willingness to learn and a willingness to go to work. And because a lot of times people come in this platform, they go, you know what, that's it. I'm going to be wealthy. You ain't going to be wealthy until you're willing to do the work. Okay. So it's important that you get that. People who are hungry. Now, like I said, there are many people who are hungry and they're not willing to put forth the work. If that's the case, I won't waste my time. Okay. Now, the third ingredient is very important is that people have to be coachable. Okay. Now, in this business, the good thing is everybody can join this business. And also the downside of it is everybody can join the business, right? And so, and obviously as a sponsor, when you enroll other people, you want everyone to succeed on your team. And sometimes you cannot want it more for them than they want it for themselves. And so oftentimes, because this platform seems so easy, and when you bring people in the business, they think they know it all. And they go like, stop talking. I know what I'm doing. I'm a salesperson. I know how to sell. I know all this stuff. So when people are not coachable, what can you do? I mean, all you could do is lead the horse to the water. Whether they drink or not, it's up to them. Okay. So, coachability or teachability is so important. Oftentimes I found that teachers in this industry does really well because they have the ability to learn and they have the ability to teach. And so sometimes a super salesman, they don't last too long because it's only about them. It's very transactional. So I would suggest looking for people who are coachable. People say, you know what? I don't know all the ropes. This is a new gig for me. Teach me, coach me what to do. And then you as a sponsor, then you will, go coach them. So coachability, very important. And last but not least, look for people with a sphere of influence. Sphere of influence, meaning people that's not the most important thing, because when they want something bad enough, they will go out there and make some friends. Okay. So I will look for people with sphere of influence and also people with personal power. Okay. Personal power, meaning, you know what, they have a certainty when they talk to certain people, they just have that, they're very influential. When they talk something and their friends will listen and say, you know what? I like what I'm hearing and I want to be a part of it. So that sphere of influence is very important. Now, having said that, I know a lot of times when people go out there and build the business, they have a tendency to look for like big title people, right? Oh, this person is a big business person, or this person is a big business owner or knows everybody. But do they have the willingness ingredients? Someone might be very, very influential, but if they're not willing to put forth the effort, it's not going to do us any good. Okay, so it's not going to do you any good. Okay, so I would suggest this. I would suggest that to look for people who have a sphere of influence, personal power, and people who are willing to do this. Now, there are some people that say, listen, I have a sphere of influence. I don't have the time, but I'm willing to be the bridge, to bridge the gap. Then you go chase it. Okay, so these are the type of seeds, if you would, that I'll be looking for to sow the seed in my farm, in the fields. Okay, so after you sow the seeds, then we're going to talk about nurturing, right? So how you nurture your field, nurture your farm is very important. How you plow the field and plow the farm. So later on, I'm going to invite a couple of guests here to talk about plowing the fields, how they are plowing the fields, how they're harvesting, what is working for them. So we'll bring them up shortly. So these are important. I mean, these sound so simple, but I really hope that it makes sense to you. Oftentimes, when a new distributor comes in or into this industry, they have a tendency, they want to get somebody, or they're like a radar, right? They latch onto somebody. They go, oh my God, if this person comes in, they're going to be so good. They're going to do so well. They're going to be this, they're going to be that. They're going to be nothing until they put forth the efforts. Okay. So don't get so attached to like because oftentimes, and I've seen it over and over and over again. New people get so attached to a person that they feel like they could be so good. And then they will bank all their time and effort on the quote unquote superstar. And when this person does nothing, they look at their business, they didn't go out there and fill the pipeline. You need to go out there constantly, spread the seed. Sometimes when you spread the seeds, some seed got stolen, some seed got taken somewhere, some seed landed in the wrong place, whatever. So you need to continuously fill your pipeline in farming and building. Okay. When I say farming, I hope you know what I mean. Good farming. Okay. Good farming, bring good crops home. Okay. So that's that on so the fertile ground and how you're going to nurture them. When you spread the seed, spread the seed.
Yeah, so that's Kim. That's part one of our series here, and Kim's like I said, a very very dynamic lady. Just she built it the right way from like I said, 5 people at her kitchen table to a global network of over $1 billion in sales. So that is her vision for 3 Wellness, and we lost Stephen on this journey today, but yeah, technology, you never know how it's going to work. But again, Ed Drost here, my partner Stephen Reeker. Go to temovement.com, become part of the entrepreneurial movement, become part of the 3 Wellness global solution, a global wellness movement, and get yourself healthy. If you're an entrepreneur, I kind of let my health go to the wayside a little bit because you get so busy in business. But I'm real. Like I said, I'm realizing, hey, your health is your wealth. So let's take it to the next level. Have some fun. Connect with me again. Look forward to connecting, and thanks for stopping by today.